Hello, everybody. Good morning. I hope we can hear me. This is still my thoughts, right? I'm starting early today. It's just 1 minute past 8 o'clock Nigeria time. So I'm hoping that I meet you all well, starting from Oji, Olariwaju to Tegbaye to um, Anayochukwu, Ewauchi, Akepelu, Chinedi, Pamoroti, Akinola, and so on and so forth. I'm hoping I meet all of you well. So this is from Brown Akintola. Good morning. I'm greeting you as well. How is work? How is business? And of course, how was your weekend? Wisdom, how are you? Happy New Week. Mm, who else is saying hello? Every other person I can know. I greet you. Olariwaju, I greet you. Greeting everybody. I'll be sharing my screen shortly because I want to start early, hoping to finish early. And I want us to, activate the chat these days. Things are changing, trends are changing on the face of the chart, especially for instruments like Euro USD, which has managed to defy the logic of support and resistance. Okay, so and I want to believe that Euro USD may just continue to push forward. It has room to do that. There's enough room for Euro USD to continue to push forward. So it's not an issue. Okay. So it's just that you need to identify the trend you want to trade and, continue to push in that direction. So even before I share my screen, I must tell you that if I'm the one to trade Euro USD these days, I'll be looking to buy it, right? Okay. So let me share my screen so that it will make it interesting. So that whatever I say, you can actually put a face to it. So I'm going to be on MT4 today. Remember, it doesn't matter the terminal I use, whether it is MT4 or MT5, it doesn't matter. They are all the same. Okay, whether I'm using MT4 or MT5, doesn't count. They are all the same, all right? It's just that one is a newer version of the other one, right? So whatever you see on MT4 is the same thing you're going to be seeing on MT5. Now, this is Euro USD. Of course, this is daily bars, daily charts. Now, if I zoom out, now how I know that this price could continue to go? Remember, currently we are on a range. Okay, we're supposed to have, the price is supposed to have moved down, but it has remained on a very kind of like a trance. Okay, let me do this so that it makes it more interesting. So currently we are on a range, right? So, and despite the fact that we are on a range, things are shifting on the ground. There is this I'm going to put an arrow on it. No need, no need. I'll just point. There's this red line, right? The moving average 21 that is currently above the moving average 50 on the daily bar. Despite the fact that we're in a range, the red line managed to surface above the black, telling you that the trend is actually shifting underneath and to the upside. Now, beyond that, okay, beyond the moving average stuff, let's look at facts also. If I zoom out, right, you can see that there's still room for this price to go up because the price was from somewhere. At least we know from history. When I say history, history can repeat itself. So whatever happened in 2021 happened again, thereabouts. So the price could actually get to this region, right? Can you see it now? Because it has been there before, it can get there again. So that is to say that Euro USD price could actually push forward. Okay. So, and now that, remember, we are still on a daily bar. Okay. We are still on daily time frame. And now that we have seen this, and quietly we are seeing this moving average stuff, shifting to the upside. Okay. So it is telling us in hindsight that this price could actually continue to move forward. Now, if I'm going to be trading Euro USD, I'm going to be trading in that direction. Now, I'm going to now distill it down to say 1 hour and say 15 minutes. So what I'm going to be doing when I'm going to be trading 1 hour, if I'm going to be trading 1 hour charts, is that anytime, since I know that the moving average on the daily bar, the 21 has crossed above 50. So I'll be waiting for the 21 to cross above 50 on 1 hour or 15 minutes chart. For example, on this 1 hour chart, around here, okay, I think last week, the 21 crossed above 50, which means that if you bought around this level, even before the news of NFP, if you bought around this level last week, you would have made a lot of money, right? That's if you bought another level. Now, that is for last week. Let's look at what can happen this week. Okay, so if you go to 15 minutes chart, like right now, we see that the moving average has already crossed, like right now. Okay, so what I can do is that if I'm going to be trading Euro USD, I'm going to be placing a buy trade. So I could do kind of like a limit order right now. I'm going to be using, you can use any lot size you want. Okay, remember, when you're trading, you can use any lot size you want, right? Okay, so use any lot and use the lot size that you feel like you can use. So I'm going to be using this lot size and I'm going to be placing a limit order. Okay, because I want to buy. So I'm waiting for the price to retest this moving average, and of course I'll buy. Even if it doesn't retest, even if I do is like an instant execution, I'm still good. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this one. All right, so I'm going to be looking for a buy on Euro USD this week. Okay, this week. All right, now today is Monday, so we still have a long way to go for this week. For USD CHF, let's look at what the chart says. Daily chart on this one is also kind of like ranging, but we can also, insert our breakout strategy to check. Again, we also see that this one, the moving average line has already crossed below. Okay, so which means that the trend can actually shift to the downside. And if we zoom out to check, just that this one has actually gone down. But let's look at the weekly chart. Okay, so it's very close to the last support ever seen on the chart also. Very close to this region. That region happened in 2010. Wow, 2010. That's a long time ago. Okay, so if the price, continue to push, it could push to that level. And that would be the permanent support, right? Like it will just confirm that place as it's kind of like a permanent support. Okay. Of course, remember support can be broken. So whatever is happening to dollar now, fundamentally it's because of the alliance of the Russian, the Chinese, and of course the North Korean. That's the fundamental view of why dollar is weak. Because some of you might be asking, why dollar weak? Why is dollar weak? It's because of the alliance of the North Korean, the Chinese, and of course the Russian. Now, the three powerhouses of the East, okay, when I say East, I mean Asian and Russia, and of course they are all Asian, and of course they are all in the East, okay, and of course against the West, which is the US, right? So it's the reason why the right one. Now that said, it means that before dollar can even know what is going on, the price of dollar can, as much as deep as down to 0.7346 on USD view. So which means that if I go to 15 minutes chart on this one, I'm going to be looking to sell whenever there's a cross, like in this instance. Okay, so on this one now, I'm going to be doing more like the limit order also. Okay, on this one. I don't know why I do that, right? But if I'm going to be trading USDCHF, I'll be selling around this region, around this region where I put that line on the chart. Okay, that's where I'm going to be selling USDCHF. I'm going to be selling anytime price climb to that level. Today, I'll be selling, right? So I'm going to go to comment section to see what people are saying. Let me simply check. Okay, it's just greeting from HP and Smog. What is this name? Coming. Coming. I think I saw kind of like a message. What is this name? Smoke gun. Smoke gun. Well, I don't really know how to pronounce your name. Okay, that person. Maybe it's a business name, kind of. Now, let me go to USD JPY. Somebody is asking, Anna Yochipo or something. I think we're going to have something similar to whatever we'll be discussing on Euro USD, on USD JPY. Okay, so that said, it means that then when it comes to USD JPY also, we should be looking to sell as well, right? We should be looking to sell. Okay, so that's because the trend is actually shifting to the downside also, right? Even though Japanese yen is not that strong, right? But I think the price, because the Euro USD price is not that strong, this could actually mean that USD JPY would actually, that Japanese yen could actually gain more value. So for this one, I'm going to be closing in on the kind of like an instant execution instead of pending, because the price is still where I want it to be. So I'm going to be going in on. So we're going to be trading this one. I'm going to be shorting it. That's the Japanese yen front of it. So my take profit could be anywhere I want it. And of course, my stop loss could be the nearest high or the last high I can see on the chart. Okay. My take profit could be anywhere I want it. All right. So that said, so it means that if I'm going to be trading USD JPY, I'll be selling it. If I'm going to be trading Euro USD, I'll be buying it. If I'm going to be trading USCHF, I'll be selling it. Okay. So hope you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Good. Okay, so that one. Now, somebody said I should look at GBP CHF. I hope so. For the GBP CHF front, the GBP is not compared to dollar, right? GBP is not performing that badly on the chart. Okay, and looking at the D1, the GBP against CHF is a very strong currency these days, because if you look at the price of this chart over time, that since 2021, you see that the price has been down, or like down, okay? But right now, the price is ranging. So if I'm going to be trading GBP CHF, I'll be looking to kind of like way off, like stay off, I should say now. But for this morning, let me look at Bollinger Band on this. Okay, for this morning, I think that if I'm going to be trading CHF, I'll be looking to buy it. If I'm going to be trading it, I'll be looking to go long on it, right? That's if I'm going to be trading it. I'll be looking to go long on it. And then I'll be putting my stop loss somewhere around here. And of course, my take profits could be anywhere I want it on top. Okay, it could be anywhere. Remember, I can close my trade at any time. Okay, it doesn't have to get to take profit before I exit. If it's in profit and I'm comfortable, or I'm no longer comfortable and it's in profit, I can close my trade. But that's where my stop loss will be on the chart. Seen. Okay, so for GBP CHF, I'll be looking to buy. For USD CHF, I'll be looking to sell, even though the price is not where I want to sell yet. For Euro USD, I'll be looking to buy. But of course, for USD JPY, I'll be looking to sell. Matter of fact, I'm already selling on that front. So for GBP JPY, I might stay off. Because pound is strong, right? So for Euro AUD, I'll be looking to, let me use Bollinger Band for this first of all. This one is more like confusing, right? On the Euro AUD front, I'm not really certain of what to do. So, and in my training, that's where I learned how to trade. Okay, I was told that where I'm not certain, I should stay off. So for this one, I will not be trading. Okay, on the Euro AUD. Let's look at D40. Matter of fact, I missed this chance this morning, so I'll just be looking at staying off on this one. I'll be staying off. Okay, so I'm staying off because I missed the chance to enter a buy. Okay, should have thought. Okay, so I missed that chance. Okay, so I'll be staying off. Otherwise, I'll be waiting to buy when the price gets down, a little bit low, a little bit lower. That's what I can do on this one. Okay, waiting to buy around here. That's what I can do. But I'll not be trading right now. I'll just be waiting for the price to kind of like come back and see if I can join the train to buy. Okay, in the gold front, gold has been very, very bullish. Matter of fact, I entered the sell at a point and it was a profit, but now it's against me. So maybe I'll just terminate the trade. Okay, it's no longer serving my purpose. That's broken the high I wanted to see. So now let me go ahead and analyze this objectively. Now, what I see on gold is that on the D1, there's a clear breakout, right? Okay. So somebody was asking me what I think of gold. I think about last week. And I'll give my objective opinion. Okay. So the way I see gold price broke this record, right? This is a record high. That's in terms of close. In terms of close or open, this region was a record high. So maybe I can just drag this down a little bit, okay? A little bit. So this candle, I'm going to put an arrow to show you the candle. Give us a breakout, okay? This candle that happened, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday last week, okay? Today is Monday. Today is Monday. This is Friday. This is Thursday. This is Wednesday. This is Tuesday. This is Monday. So Friday last week, yeah, Friday, penultimate, that's the week before the last. Okay, the candle here actually gave us a breakout. Now, I actually expected Monday last week to be kind of like a reversal. Unfortunately, the price did not reverse. Okay, so and the price did not reverse, but give us something unique, a candle that is unique. And that candle is the one I'm going to cover with a paint right now. This one. So that candle, even though you can't see it clearly, maybe I should use white, kind of candle to give this analysis. Please pay attention to this analysis because this is my objective opinion on gold. Okay. After that breakout, we saw a candle that I actually expected a return. Okay. Okay. Anytime price tests a resistance region, okay, or attempt to break out, there could be much like a struggle. Okay. I'm going to paint this candle and tell you my opinion on it. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit and then see if I can duplicate this candle, this line. Okay. Something like this. Okay, so let me delete this previous one. Don't need it really. Okay, so after that breakout, now when I say breakout, it means that it has never been seen ever that gold will cross this level in terms of body open or body close. Now, I'm not talking about shadow. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about shadow. Shadows are part of trading, but in some cases, they are not that significant. So we saw this shadow, which is fine. I think that should be around March, February 2025. Let me check the date. This is April 2025. April 2025. We saw that move, but it was quickly, downplayed and reversed. And since then, we have seen attempts and upon attempts and upon attempts for the price of gold to cross that region. All right, but even at that, as at that last count, when we had that breakout or attempted breakout in April, the candle that gave us the highest price of 3499.91. That's almost $3,500 per ounce of gold. So we rested on that, and of course now, eventually the price of gold kind of like broke and closed above that region. Now remember that this line you see 3449.9. That's about 3450. Let me just make it 3450 so that it will be of better analysis. Let's change it to 3450. 50, right? Okay, so closing above 3450 on gold was something we're waiting for, because even though we saw the price open above it or open around it, price has never closed above 3450 in history. It has never closed above 3450. But eventually on that Friday, about 2 weeks ago, the price of gold closed above 3,450. Now that done, it means that we'll be waiting for the price to reverse at that level. If it doesn't, we know what to do. So, but unfortunately, the price did not reverse and then give us a candle. That's the candle I painted. And I'm going to put an arrow on it. Now, the significance of this candle is huge because the candle is more like a spinning bar now, or like a continuation bar. Okay, it has a shadow below, it has a shadow on top. It's not a marubuzu, but it makes a statement. And of course, it closed that way. So since then, the price of gold has been bullish. Now, why is it so? Technically, I've just analyzed that, but why is it so? Why is price of gold that bullish? Like I said concerning Euro USD, it is because of the alliance of the East against the West. All right, that's the Russian front, the Chinese front, and of course the North Korean front. That's the reason why gold price has been like that. Now, if you listen to what Trump said on, I think Wednesday or Thursday last week, I think Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when the Chinese were parading their machine guns, their military might. He said that why he doesn't understand why Chinese people are not grateful that the United States helped them win the war against Japan. That's what he said. That Chinese people should be dancing to their tune, right? But the world is not like that. Okay, the Chinese people are actually change the world order. In fact, the main problem is not even Putin. The main problem is the Chinese people. Okay, they're actually trying to change the world order. Okay, and of course, they're trying to focus more on individual currencies. It doesn't have to be Chinese yuan, right? But it doesn't have to be dollar. That's what they are saying. Okay, so everything don't have to be dollar, dollar, dollar. But don't forget that dollar is still very strong. Okay, so it doesn't matter because Trump was saying that after all, whether we like it or not, the United States will still remain United States, even though he doesn't mention dollar. But we know traders, as traders, we know that that's what is going to play out. So there's no break for gold as it is now. There's no break, no jam. Okay, as we used to say when we were younger. So if you want to trade on gold, you don't want to be on the wrong side. That's what I'm trying to say in summary. You don't want to be on the wrong side. You want to be on the right side. And the right side is the bullish side. Now, currently, price of gold is soaring above 3,600, which means that price of gold could hit 3,700, which means that the price of gold could hit 3,800, which means the price of gold could hit 3,900, which means the price of gold could ultimately hit $4,000. Matter of fact, the way I see price of gold, in the near future, I don't know whether it is going to be this year, next year, 2 years, 10 years time, price of gold will hit $10,000. Okay, because this is how Bitcoin started, like play, like joke, from kobo kobo, no, let's say kobo kobo, from cents to dollar to thousands of dollars, and of course to 100,000s of dollars. Of course, we don't know where it will end. Okay, so gold is kind of like a reserved and a flight to safety net, a flight to safety instrument. Okay, better than even crypto, right? Because a lot of people in the world can affiliate and attest to that. So don't take joke for a play going forward. You don't want to be on the wrong side. That's number two. So I'm going to be stating like 3 things. Number one, don't take joke for play. That's number one. Number two, don't be on the wrong side of gold on trade. That's number two. And of course, since I've already said those two, it means that number three is that if you want to trade, you should be trading in the direction of gold, all right? In the direction of flow of trade. So that's it. If you want to now take entry, because of course you might be asking, can I buy now? Can I sell now? If I'm going to be trading gold, I'm going to be trading based on breakout, okay? And of course, I can use 15 minutes chart. So if I see a breakout, like in this instance now, I'll be trading the breakout when the candle is close to where it's supposed to be. Okay. Let me give you an instance. Okay, so if I go to, let me drag back a little bit. Like in this instance, okay, that's the kind of instance we are seeing now. So we saw kind of like a breakout around this region, right? But while that breakout was on, the price of gold was already around this region. So you see, instead of me to place a buy around here, or rather wait and place a buy when the price returns to that hole, Okay, there's always a hole between the red and the black. Okay, there's always a hole between the red and the black. So anytime the price go, there's always a hole between the red and the black. So if I'm going to be trading gold now, I'm going to be waiting for the price to return to inside of the hole of between the red and the black, and then I'll be placing my trade. That's what I'm going to be doing on gold. Okay. So that said, I can go to comment section now to read what people are saying. I think I've been able to analyze gold objectively for people that are interested. GBP I've already discussed GBP Matter of fact, I placed a trade on it. I placed a buy on it. Somebody was asking me GBP So wisdom, I think I've already done that. Somebody says Euro card. Well, I'll check. And of course, somebody says oil. Of course, I'll check. Oil. Alu is saying, any hope for gold to come down? I don't know, really. I just analyze gold. So you can take a cue on that. Who else send me message? Any other message? Nothing so. Nothing so. All right. Okay, so let's look at crude oil. All right, let's look at crude oil. I'm going to go to indices, commodity, crude oil. So the way I see crude oil, let me start with Bollinger Band to check what the price is doing on that. Okay, so I cannot trade crude oil right now based on 1 hour chart view. But what about daily charts? Well, maybe a buy. But let's check 15 minutes. No, not a buy. So I think if I'm going to be trading crude oil, I'm going to be waiting for the price to return to support for me. But let me check with this. Any idea? Yeah, good morning. So I do not think I'll be trading crude oil now. I'll just wait. Okay. But if you ask me for the direction of crude oil, I would say that the direction should be up, but it's currently down, right? Okay, so plus or minus, crude oil may just continue to drop. Okay, let's look at D1 on it. It could just continue to drop. So I don't think it's that attractive to buy. Crude oil is not that attractive to buy. If you ask me, it is not. So my bias is going to be on the sell side, but right now I don't have a trade. Okay, there's no signal for me to either trade the buy or a sell right now. But if you ask me, direction of crude oil bias is to the downside. So I'm going to go to comment section again and check. I think somebody mentioned Euro card. Since I already looked at Euro AUD and I told you I will not be trading it, but I'm going to go to Euro card to check what I can do on that. Okay, let me check. Euro card. Euro card. Euro card. I don't have Euro card, right? What about you? Okay, so I have Euro card. All right, so there was a gap down on Euro card today. Let's look at this. Well. Is CAD that strong? Let's find out. Let's find out if CAD is strong or not. Well, CAD is that strong. Yeah, at least it's strong against dollar right now. So what we can do is to go back to the Euro card and check. So on the D1 front, the price of Euro card is up, and of course it will fail. So CAD is strong. So let's look at 1 hour chart. Let me just go with these buyers on Euro card. Let me go with the sell buyers. So if I'm going to be trading this one, I'll be looking to short it. Of course, I'll be putting my stop loss somewhere close to top or even on top. That's on the 4 hours. Even on the 1 hour, that's what I'll do. Of course, I'm going to be putting my take profit somewhere somewhere down, because maybe around here on Euro card. So I'm going to be, my bias for Euro card is actually down, right? Because I see that the price has really moved up. Okay, so the tension may just be dying down because the price will just continue to drop going forward. So that's my bias on the Euro card. And for the one I just checked just right now, I think I've looked at this, 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 okay, and looked at this, which is okay. I've looked at this one, I'm waiting to sell it. This one, I'm selling already, I'm buying already. This one, I'm not trading it. This one, I've not checked. This one, I'm not trading it. Close it. This one, I'm trading it already. This one, my bias is to go on sell, even though I'm not trading it. And because this one, I'm shorting it. So this one is the one I will now look at, USD card. Now, looking at USD card, let me use a proper indicator. I think I should be shorting this one also. I missed the opportunity though, so I'm going to be doing a limit order. Okay, I missed the opportunity, so a limit order would be ideal. I want to sell it, but I don't want to sell it where it is now. So I'm just waiting for a better opportunity on this one. Of course, I'm going to go to another instrument on the chart, which could be, say, let me look at Pari 40 and see if I can give you an opportunity to trade on this one right here. So there's no opportunity for me to trade on this one yet. So I'll stay off for now. At least there's the opportunity to place a trade buy or sell has not presented itself for me because the amount is closing right now for this moving averages. So there's no separation yet. So I need separation. And comment section, somebody's asking for CHF JPY, US state, US JPY, coffee. Okay, so let's look at coffee. Coffee. Where are you? There's wheat. And then we also look at coffee. Coffee. Wow. So this price, the way I see it, is ranging. Okay. So let me put it in. The way I see the price is ranging. Why I say so is because of what you can see here. Okay. So, but while or before it begins to range, there was a massive move to the upside. There was a massive move to the upside. Massive move to the upside. I want to see if this thing will duplicate itself. I still believe that this price will continue to push forward, even though it is ranging right now. I still believe that this coffee price will continue to push forward based on all these trend lines that I got. Okay, because the price is shifting to that side. So I will not be trading if let us say I'm the one trading coffee, I will not be placing the buy or seller, but I want to, my bias is to the upside trading. Okay, so if you ask me, I think the price, if you are on a buy, the person that asked is, if you're on a buy, you could just wait for the price to maybe come back to you or to give you more profit. If you're on a sell, you may be on the wrong side, right? So coffee price will continue to push forward. All right, so wheat price, the same may apply, but let me check. Maybe this one is a little bit different. So I'm going to zoom in or zoom out, adjust. This one give a different vibe. But let's see this one here. So, so wow. I don't know. I don't really know what to do to this one. I'm kind of confused. Unlike the coffee counterparts that give a clear view of upside. This one, because of the jump and jump around, I'm not 100% sure of what to tell you. But that's for the horizontal, fixed support and system. Sorry. Let me use trend line for this one. Good morning. So let's see if I shift this money. If I shift this to this side, what will I get? And then now shift it to, which is an imaginary line, which doesn't really work. So I can't even do that. So let me just delete this. There's nothing to look at on this one. I don't have an opinion on wheat right now. There's nothing for me to look at because there's no correlation anywhere for any of these trend lines to kind of like give us anything. So for wheat, I don't have an opinion. But for coffee, yeah, I have an opinion. Bias to the upside. Okay. For let's see something different. I think I've already looked at the FRA 40, which will be also there's a signal. Let's look at the AED-USD. AED-USD is still waxing strongly to the upside. So I'm going to go to, let me close this one and open the proper one that I can trade. AUD-USD. Let's go to A1. Wow. This one is more on the D1. This one is more of like there's room for this one to go up. So if you ask me on this one, my bias is to the upside, 100% to the upside. So I think this one will continue to push forward. I think so. So what I can do is to wait for a buy when the price returns to a breakout on M15. I've already missed this one, so I'll wait for the next one. I've already missed this opportunity. That's what I'm saying. I'll wait for the next one. I'll wait for when this line will return under the black and come again on top on 15 minutes. That's what I'll do. So my bias on AUD is to push for a buy. And let's conclude this version of currency by looking at Euro pound. Possibly to USD if I've not looked at it. I think I've looked at the USD already. Okay. Then possibly Euro JPY. I think JPY is just from this morning. So maybe you want to take advantage of that. All the front of JPY today are kind of strong. So if you want to trade on JPY today, I think you'll be right. Shorting it, right? That's if you want to trade on JPY, you can be buying JPY. For example, CHF JPY, you will sell. CAD JPY, you will sell, and so on and so forth. So you trade in the direction of Japanese yen because I've seen it across board that Japanese yen is kind of strong this morning. Any other person that wants me to look at something different from what I've just mentioned, you can just state it in the comment section. I'm going to go to comment section, button. Okay, the Victor Dojo. With the way gold is moving fast without any meaningful retracement, there's a temptation to jump in with an instant execution. Why not? If you want to, why not? If not, a dojo, you can do that. It's okay. So the reason why the price will be just that nothing lasts forever. It will eventually retrace, just that we don't know when. Okay, you know that retracement may not be as much as it used to do. Okay, it's a clear breakout on D1. We know. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Somebody want me to look at silver? Why not? We could just go to here and open up to silver under precious metal. Okay, so silver compared to gold, I don't know if they are doing the same thing. I think they are just doing the same thing. Okay, so you want to trade on silver, you want to buy also, if you want to. That's if you like to. So because the direction of silver is also to the upside. So gold and silver are moving in the same direction. So the same analysis of gold we hope for silver, 100%. If you want to trade this one, yeah, you can go ahead and execute a buy trade on it. My bias is also to buy on this one. So if I'm to trade on silver, I'll be trading in the direction of buy. Okay, so let's look at something different. Let me look at the comment section to see if somebody wants me to look at something different also. Cocoa. Okay, so somebody said I should look at cocoa. I was in the column that time. Now, before I look at cocoa, let me also go to the breaking news front and share the screen with you also. Screen share. Okay, so Europe open higher with economic data. Putin submits bill to quit Euro's anti-torture threat. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like kind of like harsh, right? Anti-torture treaty. I don't know what to be in that treaty, but I think it's because they don't want you to kind of like maybe seize soldiers or civilians and begin to torture them to death, something like that. So if he says he's quitting, that means that's the way of dealing with anybody he catch, right? So uh, good hit fresh all-time high of 3,611. That's breaking news also. That's this morning, right? Which means that, like I said, gold can hit 3,700, 3,800, 3,900, of course, 4,000. Same thing with silver for those people that was asking for silver. Okay, 2 officers killed in attack on police station in Turkey. But so those are the breaking news right now that you can see here. And their usefulness is as simple as ABC. Okay, so you can take advantage of some of those informations and trade accordingly. Let me look at the comment section again and go back to Pepo, which is where I wanted to look at. So this person has been asking me for CHF-JPY. But I've been giving the same answer. I said you should trade in the direction of Japanese yen. What else do you want me to say? To appear as if I see your message, I did not respond. CHF-JPY, trade in the direction of Japanese yen. Okay? If you like to. That means the bias could be that the price could go down because Japanese yen is strong. Okay? Let me look at what this person is saying. USJPY. Why this one? I really don't understand you. I've already discussed USJPY anyway. So let me look at the comment section again and check. Okay. Monday. US 100. Wow. Okay. So let's go back to where we were and start with cocoa. So on the cocoa front, I think I've already opened to cocoa. Okay, so we're on silver. Let's look for cocoa and check. Let's look for cocoa. Okay, so cocoa is at unlike the one I analyzed before. I'm not even sure of that one, but cocoa is at or close to support on this time frame. Let's look at D1. So on the D1, cocoa price is actually dropping. This is the support area. Support for cocoa is about $6,867. thereabouts for that band. It's in the band of 6,500 and 6,800, or between 6,500 and 6,700 is a band of cocoa for support. And currently the price is trading at 7,463, which means that the price is trading close to support or approaching support. So you may want to be careful, on this one going forward. So you may want to kind of like trade in direction of the bear, because right now the bears are winning. Okay, so and if you want to do that, you wait around Bollinger Band to do that. Wait around Bollinger Band. So wait for the price to, you can put Bollinger Band on your chart, whether you're using phone or laptop, and wait for the price to approach the upper band. And when the price does that, you may want to, do, that's what I would do. So if I'm trading in direction of sell, I could use Bollinger Band as my support and resistance. When the price hits resistance, which is the upper band, I'll sell if my overall bias is to sell. Okay, so let's go to this part. More people asking me to do something. US 100. I think I already opened it. I'll just look at it. So for this one, the price is ranging on this time frame, 1 hour. But let's look at the candle view closely. The price is ranging on 1 hour. So there's no clear or permanent direction on this one right now. So you may want to stay off. Like if I'm the one trading US 100, I honestly I don't have an opinion right now on it, because the price is going up and coming down, going up and coming down. So there's no permanent direction. I like to trade when the trend is forming. But if you ask me which trend is general on this one, the uptrend is general on this one. Okay, but right now we see up, down, and up, and down, and up, and down, which means that the price can fluctuate very fast. Okay, up or down, up or down. So even if you place a buy now, the price will go down. Place a sell, the price will go up. That's the way I see it too. I would rather stay off on this one until later, right? So that's my opinion on that one. And of course, let me see if I can read more on the comment section to see what to do or what you want to look at. Okay. There's another comment. All right, so let me go to see if I can analyze more instruments this morning, since I still have all the time in the world. Okay, so but even though I'm closing early, okay, so I'll be closing maybe 8:55 max. I'll be closing. That's 5 minutes to 9 o'clock. And now we have about 6 minutes to close. So let's visualize these 6 minutes and look at what to do. USD CAD, we're still looking to sell that one, right? USD JPY, and all those Euro JPY, should be looking to sell them. Matter of fact, let me just now look at that CHF JPY that somebody dropped from. CHF JPY. Yeah, so this one looks good to sell, really. Like I said before, or like I told that person, it looks good to sell, right? So because the Japanese yen is kind of strong right now, maybe it's just flowing the direction of gold. Who knows? Okay. Let's look at the more comment. Who's biz. GPY. We already analyzed that one. Or if we haven't, let's look at it. Why not? So this is GBP of course, we missed the opportunity, even though I think I'm going to be shorting this one also. I'm going to be shorting this one also. Shorting this one. So I'm going to be going on a sell. If I'm going to be trading in JPY, I'll be on the sell side. So most of the Japanese yen today are on the sell side. For me, that's what I think they could just be an interesting instrument for us to trade this week, Japanese yen, right? So my stop loss will be on top. Of course, my take profit will be below. That's what I would do on that one. So if I'm going to be trading JPY, Euro JPY, US JPY, CHF JPY, CAD JPY, all of them, I'm going to be going short on all of them, because I feel that Japanese yen is strong. The same way gold is strong, right? So that's the way I see it, everybody. That's the way I see it. So any questions, drop it in the comment section. If you have a question based on what I've discussed, it doesn't have to be that you want me to look at anything. It could be a question on what I've discussed or what we have discussed. Then we can quickly look at it. All right? Quickly look at that one. Any questions? 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 I'm waiting for your questions, everybody. Waiting for your questions. If there's no question, we could just close. We have about 3 minutes to close. So we could just close and, go back to our businesses, place your trade accordingly, and so on and so forth. All right? Okay. Any questions? You can just Abibu. Any question you have, just drop it in the comment section. Any question you have, drop it in the comment section. I will pick it and review it and answer them. You don't need to raise your hand. You don't need to raise your hand. You can just drop your question. I'll be reading them and I'll be commenting on them. I'll read your questions, I'll comment on them. Drop your questions. Don't raise hand. No need to raise hand today. No need to raise hand. Drop your question as a comment or as a question. I'll look at it. Please do fast. Any questions? Questions? Any questions? Any questions? Somebody drop one. Let me look at it. Okay. Help us explain the two trend line movements and when they cross. Well, it's a simple, if it is trend line you're asking for, we can organize a class for that. But using trend line is one of the simplest things you can do as a trader. I'm telling you. Okay, using a trend line is one of the simplest things you can do as a trader. I don't even know where I used that trend line that time, but I can look for it, give you my opinion. I used it somewhere, yeah, I think on this one. So if you want to draw a trend line, right, you can clear your chart. I can use any chart here to do a trend line, training. For example, let's use this AUD USD. I'm going to clear the chart. Then I'll start with maybe H1. You can start anywhere, anyway. So what you do is you zoom out. So when you zoom out, you see a clear view of the chart. Okay, you see the highest and the lowest points. And then you connect the point. You begin to connect the points. Okay, like this price now is ranging, more of like ranging. But if you go with, say you want to know whether the trend is up or down, this one is not good to use, right? Because the price is ranging. But let's look at H4. Okay, I think it's better on H4. That's a better thing. So you connect the dots, okay? Low, okay, don't let me start with that. Connect the lows and the lows and the lows, okay? Connect low with low. Let me put this one in. Let me put this one in. Let me put this one. This one. This one. This one. And the same thing with up, up, up. So if I now click on trend line and draw, okay, I can adjust it to fit. Don't force it. Anywhere you adjust it to, you can move it again. So you can now move it to the new level. You can see the way I'm connecting more than one point. So your trend line should connect, if it's going to be meaningful, it should connect minimum of 3 points. If your trend line is going to be meaningful, it should connect minimum of how many points? 3. So you can now, okay, also connect the inner one. These are the inner ones. Okay, they are hidden, but they are there. Okay, so the same way you are connecting it, you can also use to connect the up. Not just the low, but also the up. So this one gives you more like a band or a band area. Okay, and then it tells you what to do. So if you're going to be trading this one, let us say that you have connected this one like maybe since this part. Let's say maybe since this part that you have connected this one, that you have drawn this trend line like since. Let's say you have drawn this trend line like since this part. So you have seen what happened before. So what about what happened next? So in this case, if you want to now use it, around here now, you would have been buying. Or around this point, this newest point now, you would have been buying. That's what it means. Okay, you would have been placing a buy since around here. When the price touched the trend line here, you could have bought. And if you have bought since then, by now, if you bought around this area, by now you would have made about 859 points, which is about 80 pips. On a standard volume, that's $8,000. I'm telling you. And $8,000 is a lot of money, okay, if you ask me. So now, if you want to sell, because the price is approaching this upper trend line, so if you want to sell now, it will be around this zone or this zone. Are you seeing it now? It will be around this zone or this zone. Let me copy this one and put it. And if you want to buy, opposite is true. It will be around this zone or this zone or this zone. Hope you are seeing it now. This is the way you trade. This is the way you trade. So for this AUD now, the way I plot it now, can you plot your own like that? That's the big question. For the person that is asking, and for all of us that is following, that are following, this is the way you do trend line analysis. It gives you an objective and a perspective as to where you should buy and sell. Remember, price is never stable. Price moves wherever it wants to move. So this is my submission on this one, trend line. Let me look at more questions, maybe one last question, and then we close. Kanofemi is asking, I think the person means EMA crossing strategy. Same thing. So if you don't want to use trend line, you can use EMA cross. Okay. Let's say I want to use on this one. So I'm going to go to this one. So this one is even simpler. You sell when the line cross below, you buy when the red line cross above. So for this one now, it's a sell. Even though we used Bonija band on this one. That was why we bought, all right? We used Bonija band. So of course it's a wrong trade. So that's why I didn't say we buy, I say I buy, because it's my trade. So I could just close it, or I could wait for the price to hit the stop loss. Anyone, of course, is fine by me. So because I have a stop loss defined, okay, that's my shield. So if the price, I cannot get all trade right 100%. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. I accept my loss, I move on. If I get it right, I shout hallelujah, I withdraw my money, right? So let me just wait. Since I have a risk defined on this one, I'll just wait on that. Okay, so the same thing, and of course, let me look at the two questions somebody is asking. Can we apply trend line to any time zone? Yes. You want to say time frame, or if it's time zone, yeah, say fine. So you can apply trend line to any time frame, right? Can all this be done on phone? Yes. There's a tool on your phone that you can use to do that. Okay, that you can use to draw trend line. If you look at your phone closely, you will see kind of like a circle, where like a tool. Anytime you press just tap your screen, you see a blue circle. That blue circle should show you a tool that is together. Like you will see permit me to, I don't know why this one is like that. Okay. So under your indicator, you will see two like circle, triangle, and rectangle together. There's a tool on your phone, okay? Circle, triangle, and rectangle. They're all together, like fused together. That symbol you see, anytime you tap your screen and you see indicator, or you see a tool, okay? Or maybe you put your phone to landscape, you can do that. You can put your phone to landscape if you want to also view it. When you put your phone to landscape, you tap once at the center of your screen, you see kind of like a fused symbol. So circle, triangle, and rectangle, click on it. You get to a point where you can now see objects that you can add. So you see a trend line, you see a vertical line, you see horizontal line, you see triangle. You see a lot of things, that you can just use to trade. So I submit here, everybody. Thank you very much. course, that's the last question for today. I'm happy and I'm glad that I've been able to answer all of them. So I appreciate you all for your time. Of course, I wish you all the best for today. Okay, the very best for today. Thank you very much. And of course, bye-bye. Remember, tomorrow is a good day. 8 o'clock, same time, somebody else will be on the hot seat. And of course, look at the market together again. All the best. Bye-bye.